Do I need some powder? Hello, it's Melanie from Melanie's Guidelines, and I'm not gonna say hi guys because I've looked at every video I've done, and every video I've done I say hi guys. And you're probably not supposed to say that in every video. So I'm back in La La Land, and it's not like I really missed it because people are just really weird in LA, and you know, it never ceases to amaze me what they do, you know? I mean, last week, for example, I went out to meet a friend for a drink, and we ran into this rock star, and I'm just not going to name any names. And we're sitting there talking to him, and he proceeds to tell us about how he's going to buy a Ferris wheel for the front of his house. And he's going to put it in the front of his house in Venice. Well, so I tell him he can't just buy a Ferris wheel, put it in front of his house, unless he thinks a midget's going to operate it, and he's like running a carnival. And then in that case, he probably needs a permit. But in any case, he probably needs a permit. So he starts to argue with me and all this stuff. So he whips out his phone. He's like, I want to show you the picture of this Ferris wheel. So my friend and I go to look, and we look, and we look, and we look at this little timestamp throwaway Boost mobile phone with a picture of a Ferris wheel that's like as big enough for Teddy Bruschi, you know, and the guy was just dead serious. I mean, he's literally on Jupiter, probably. That's not the first time there's been some weird requests. I mean, I used to work in the music business for some very successful music people, and I remember being asked to go run down the street to buy insoles for my boss's lover, and I was wearing 5-inch stilettos. So I'm running down busy Wilshire Boulevard trying to get these insoles for my boss, and I had to do it within like 10 minutes. I come back, give him the insoles, and we sent it to Mexico. Then there was another time where my boss's husband needed a carton of cigarettes. So she gave me some money. I went and bought the carton of cigarettes, gave her back the change, and she was like, don't you owe me some change? Like, she wanted it down to the penny. I mean, really, people? Like, who does that? You know? And it's not necessarily all the rock stars, even though they're on some other planet. It's like the people that work for these rock stars that feel like they're super important because they work for them, which they're not. So anyway, and then just right now, I just went to a little holiday party where I was waiting for a drink, and I asked, you know, is there a drink menu? And it's at this like Shishi hotel. And there's no drink menu, but it has all these like fresh herbs and spices and blah, blah, and all this stuff all laid out, but no drink menu. So they just said, how do you feel? And I'll make you a drink about how you feel. I'm like, do you really want to know how I feel? Why don't you visit melaniesguidelines.com and then you make me a goddamn drink? Because it took us about as long as them to read about 50 blog posts to create this perfect little creation in a glass. And it wasn't even any good anyway. So anyway, then on my way home, you know, I guess it's just normal. On Hollywood Boulevard, I just saw, you know, a whole float with Santa and some reindeer. Did a little honk honk, and now I'm home. So I am back in La La Land, and I need to think of some good stuff to tell you, but I'm sure it won't be that hard to come up with because this is definitely the land of people who are a little wackadoo. So let me know what you want me to talk about, and I want to say hi to Nick because he keeps asking me to give him a shout out, so I give him a shout out, and I may have to like do a whole shout out like YouTube video because some of you have been totally awesome and some of you suck. So anyway, love you guys. Check out melaniesguidelines.com. Tell me what you want me to tell you. I want to start giving you stuff for free. Why don't you people want free stuff? Tell me what you want and I'll hook you up. Seriously, as long as it's not a Ferris wheel in front of your house.